Hey everybody, let me share screen. Thank you for joining. It is our National Legacy Elite team call. Okay, oh no, wait, now I lost you guys. I can't see you guys. Let me exit this. There we go, much better. No. Technology. How can I do this? Let me see. I should have played around with this earlier. No. Okay, there. Can I make this bigger? Yes. Yay. Okay. Gonna do. Okay, it is April 12th, and you guys are on the Legacy Elite team call, national team call. My name is Christina Rivoli, and I'm your host for tonight. Super grateful, super excited for being able to share this with you. Every time I come on a team call, I feel like I'm in a different aspect or a different point in my life where life fluctuates, right? Like you're excelling in one part of your life, and then you're struggling in another, and then a few months down the line, you're excelling on that other part of your life, and you're kind of not so good on others. So every time I do a team call, I kind of feel like that. Like I'm just like back and forth, all over the place. But I think that's how we all are. As people, as human beings, like we are never like this complete stagnant type of being. So life is always going to be hectic in certain aspects, and we just gotta go with the flow and roll with the punches and make the best out of it. So Legacy Elite Team Call is here, and I'm your host. And just a little bit about me. I started as a coach I initially signed up as a discount coach in 2011, December 2011, and I started my first challenge group with my coach, Karina, in January. I was a New Year's resolutions challenger, January of 2012. So January 2nd, 2012, I started my fitness journey as a discount coach, strictly for the discount, had no intention of ever being a coach to others. I was like this shy, very closeted being, not very outgoing. I was personable, but I kept in my bubble. And that had a lot to do with my internal battles, with my weight, with emotions, with just dealing with being a new mom, because I was a new mom back then. My son was almost 2 years old, and just that first year of motherhood just really was kind of traumatic in a sense, just trying to figure it all out. And then also how can I fit myself into it? How can I make myself feel better and give myself attention while caring for another being? So if you're a mom, I'm sure you can relate to some level on that. And so I started this fitness journey with no intentions of ever coaching. And that first month, I was sold with this whole community aspect of checking in my challenge group every day with what I ate, my workout of the day, I'm drinking my Shakeology, what recipe I used, and just really connecting with the other women in the challenge group. There was like 7 of us total. And by the end of the 90 days, I think 5 of us were left standing. You know, we always have those people that drop out within a challenge group, and that's completely normal. But within that first 30 days, that is when I was sold in this whole idea of home workouts, being accountable to myself, working on my nutrition consistently, because I saw results. And it wasn't like 50 pounds just melted off like that. No, it was like 8 pounds within the first 30 days. But it was enough for me to really feel like me again, like how I felt in college, like how I felt confidence-wise, being able to take pictures, wanting to be in pictures again. Because after the baby, I didn't want to take pictures. I was always hiding behind him, hiding behind my husband, would avoid being in family photos if I could. I'm like, be like, no, take pictures of the baby. I don't want to be in it. Like, I don't look good today. And that first 30 days, plus that's when Carla, my best friend, noticed changes because I went to her birthday party. It was her 30th birthday party. And she's like, Christina, what are you doing? Tell me. And so I told her hesitantly. I was that shy being. I was very shy. Like I hesitantly told her what I was doing. She was the only person that knew at the time. And she's like, I'm going to do it too. And then that's when I messaged Karina. Okay, Carla, because she knows Carla too. We all went to UC Santa Barbara together. We're all in the same sorority. And I'm like, okay, Carla wants to do this too. How do I sign her up? And Karina walked me through the steps, and voila, I had my first discount coach sign up. And that was Carla. And it was halfway to Emerald. And a couple weeks later, I went to my first Super Saturday in Bakersfield. And I went to that Super Saturday as an Emerald coach because I signed up my husband as my second coach. And I was all proud going to my first Super Saturday as an Emerald coach. I had 2 people on my quote unquote team, and it just felt good. So I hadn't felt this good about myself, about this newfound path that I was on. And then plus going to a Super Saturday and being fed all the energy from other coaches and like being in awe of like the diamonds, like diamond coaches, and just like wanting to do that too and wanting that to be me and hearing all the success stories. And then here is the kicker. That Super Saturday, I found out the Success Club trip was to Walt Disney World. And me being a California girl, never really traveling, like Walt Disney World was a dream for me. Like I dreamt of going to Walt Disney World and visiting Florida as a little girl for as long as I can remember. And like having this being explained to me, how I can earn it, was like, just like firecrackers just went off in my brain. And at that point, that's when I really focused on making this vision of getting me and my family to Walt Disney World, like as my main priority that year. And back then we had to earn the Success Club trip. Like it was no sign up and pay, pre-register and all that. No, like you qualified for it. So you had to hit Success Club for a number of months, and then you got an invite, and then you had to hit Success Club for the remainder of the year to get it paid for. And that was the only way to get on Success Club trips. So I made it my goal to get on that Success Club trip, and it made it happen. And that was the start of this Coach Christina right now, who's before you. That was the start of my coaching journey and like my initial vision and where my mind was back then. Like it was to make this experience happen for my family. And that was my pusher. So we all have different pushers, and there is no right or wrong pusher. Just know that your specific pusher, why you're a coach right now, use it. That is the best advice I can give you, just straight out the doors, is use that goal, use whatever it is pushing you, and just remind yourself constantly, like have tunnel vision for yourself and just go for it. Okay, so that was me in a nutshell. Lots of other stuff, but we won't be able to go in there. Okay, Success Club, a roll call. And if you can't tell already, I talk really fast, and I'm sorry, I'll try to slow down. And yeah, so I know there's more people on this roll call that just didn't fill it out. Listed, I have Naomi with 6 Success Club points, myself with 4, Salisa with 4, and I know Gina is like at Success Club 20 or something crazy like that right now, which is awesome. And I'm going after that 22 girl, so watch out. But if you just know that in our Legacy Elite group, if you go in the file section, there's an April roll call. Every month there's a new roll call. You'll open that doc up and update your Success Club points in there. So that way we can recognize you on these team calls, give you shout outs, and all that jazz. Okay, some quick announcements. Spring into Health promotion, if you have not heard it already, which is like posted everywhere. Carl's posting about it constantly. They're like bumping up or sponsoring ads on it. So Spring into Health promotion is this month, which is the All Access Challenge Pack, normally priced at $199. That gives you all access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year. Containers, shaker cup, the portion fix meal plan, plus all the tools and amazing benefits that BOD has to offer. That was originally priced at $199. It's on promotion right now for $160 in the US, $186 in Canada. The Kickstart, which is that pack plus the 3-day refresh, that is $205 in the US and $237 in Canada. So know that, get that promotion out there. And Shalene did the National Wake Up Call last week and gave us like tons of tips on how to promote this promotion on your social media and how to do it right so that people don't block you out, people don't skip over your posts. So if you have not listened to Shalene, listen to it. Listen to Shalene's National Wake Up Call from last week, as well as if you have listened to it already, listen to it again, because you're going to get something new and you're going to get new ideas once you listen, every time you listen to it. Okay, number 2 is there's 2 new vegan Shakeology flavors, vanilla vegan and cafe latte vegan, which I already ordered a barista sampler pack for the vegans. So that should be coming. I'm super excited to try it all, the vanilla and the cafe latte. So I'm a vegan girl. I love vegan, but because cafe latte was only in regular, I've been drinking the regular, but I prefer the vegan blend over the regular blend. That's just my preference. Success Club Qualifier Prize. Achieve Success Club 5 and you'll be rewarded with the Team Beachbody branded backpack, which looks pretty sweet. And I'm so pumped to get that backpack because I'm like a bag whore. I don't know why, but I love collecting bags and I like taking bags everywhere. Summit, there's tons of Summit information coming out. Just recently, they released a Summit selection guide. So if you're brand new and you have never been to a Summit before, it's just like last year where we have to choose which track we're going to be on. You have to choose which workouts you want to attend because Summit's is so big now that they're very selective, and you'll get wristbands at Summit for the track that you are on, plus the workouts that you're allowed into. So just review that selection guide that is on the Summit site. That is coachsummit.com. So review it, and I think next month in May, that is when we are going to be allowed to register for Summit and register for like the workouts and which track you want. Okay, here's the backpack. Doesn't it look so cute? It's like a cute book bag. I love it. Very gender neutral, but it's still cute. Success Clubs that are Summit stuff. The Success Club party at Summit. Here are the qualifications. You need to earn Success Club 5 or higher in both April and May, so this month and next month. But you need to earn a total of 20 Success Club points. So you need at least 5 in both April and May, but a total of 20 points to be granted access to the Success Club party. Last year, the Success Club party was an 80s theme, plus was it Billy Idol? I think that who the singer was. Yeah, he put on like a huge concert for us, which is crazy insane. Total amounts of fun. And the cool thing is that anybody can earn this Success Club party. There's tons of time still left in this month to hit Success Club 5 or 10 or 15 or even all of 20 or higher. So just know that this is possible for you. Never put limits on yourself. If you want it, go for it. The Leadership Ladder Reception, which is another party at Summit. There are the qualifications. You need to be a paid 2-star diamond or higher during any bonus week in the month of May. Okay? And you have to also qualify as a team leader or higher on the Leadership Ladder for the month of May. So those of you that are going for this Leadership Ladder Reception, last year it was like a pre-party for that Success Club party. And when Beachbody throws parties for us and receptions, they go all out. Know that they like rent out the cutest venues. They give you food galore. They also give drink tickets if you qualify for these parties. So just know that they don't skip out on these parties. If you earn it, it's like they're smothering you with all this love and attention at these parties. Okay, let me take a drink because I have a lot to talk about. Okay, so I always get this question, how do you do it all, Christina? How do you make it look so easy, and how do you handle it all? For those of you that don't know my story, I'm an ex-social worker. I was a child abuse investigator here in Los Angeles County. I resigned from that career in 2013, the end of 2013, but I was a social worker for 7.5 years, almost 8 years. And it was very stressful. It was a very stressful career. If you're from a service-oriented career, you know what I'm talking about, where you give your all. And I was having this conversation with one of my clients. We met today at a park, and we were talking about our life story and just getting a little deeper into who we were or who we are. And she made this point that because we've had such hard childhoods and we grew up in hard, and we grew up in a hard place, like we had rough childhoods or some kind of abuse in our homes, that when we grow up, we tend to want to serve others. Like that's just kind of like, it's weird. It's crazy because everyone that I know of that's in a service-oriented career has some kind of traumatic experience as a child because they've been put down for so much that they just want to give your heart out. So if you're in a service-oriented career, you know what I'm talking about, where you just want to give to make other people feel good. And that's where I was as a social worker, as a child abuse investigator. I just wanted to give to others, but then it also depleted me. And it depleted me emotionally, physically. Hence, that's why I was so overweight. I was 65 pounds heavier. But mostly it was my self-esteem that was depleted. It was my lack of self-confidence. It was my lack of self-belief. I had no problem giving to others and making others feel good. But when it came to me and making myself feel good, I really struggled with that. So being in that service-oriented career, where am I going with this? How do you do it all? Okay, so leaving that career, when coming to the decision to leave that career, I finally decided, I made the decision for myself that my family was worth more than me giving myself to others, more than my supervisors being over me. So I made the move, I made the vision, I casted out the vision of what I wanted, and I worked my butt off. Very little sleep. It was long hours at my job. I was working 10, 12, 14, sometimes 16-hour days, coming home, putting meals together for my family. Crock-pot was my lifesaver. It still is. And just going for it, sending out those messages every single day during lunch, during any kind of break that I could get, during early morning hours right after my workout. I would just hop on my dinosaur laptop because back then my laptop was like really old and really slow. And I didn't even have a smartphone. I still had the Android, not the flip, like the one where the keypad was still there. So it wasn't even a smartphone. It wasn't like a BlackBerry, anything like that. So I had to do a lot of my work on a computer. And I didn't get a smartphone till years later after being a coach, but I made it work because I had this vision. And when people ask, like, how do you do it all? Is because I didn't put any other choice for myself. I made it work. And yeah, it was hard. Yeah, it sucked. It sucked a lot. Yeah, I wanted to quit all the time. Like, I always questioned myself, like, is this even worth it? Is this worth only getting 4 hours of sleep for? Is this worth getting up earlier? And then I would have people quit on me and having challengers go MIA and getting the notification from coach relations that a coach was quitting. And like, I really questioned myself all the time. Like, is this worth it? And when I did that, it was like another messenger was being sent to me. It was either Karina calling me at the perfect moment. It was somebody reaching out to me saying how inspiring I was. It was me going to an event, going to summit, getting re-energized, going to a personal development seminar, getting re-energized, and just little tips, more and more. Oh shoot, how do I close this? Our little messages coming more and more, energizing me and giving me that push to go further, to do another day, to do another week, to do another month, hit Success Club another month. So just know that if you feel like you always question yourself on why you're doing this and can you do it all, know that if you put it out there and you give yourself no other option than to do it all, then you're going to do it all. That's just the bottom line. And for some, it's going to look easy, but you know what? You know how hard it is, and you know what kind of struggle it takes and what kind of commitment it takes. So how do you make it look so easy? And this hit me today because my friend Nikki, who I met at the park, she asked me that. She's like, why do you make it look so easy? And I'm like, do I really? Because it doesn't feel easy to me. And then I said, like, okay, then that means I'm not doing a good enough job to share the struggle. So to allow people to see that it is hard. But if you want something bad enough, it's worth it being hard. So it was a wake-up call for me I got to share the hard stuff more. I got to share the struggle more. And this just goes to show that it's always going to be a growth process. You're always going to be continuing to develop yourself and how you share on social media and what you decide to do and how to do it. So don't ever feel like you reach this level of, until you reach here, then you can be successful. No, it's like, I'll be successful down here and I'm going to be successful all the way up here. But you just have to, at least for me, this is what I do. I have to pride myself in where I'm at that very moment, and just go for it no matter what. Okay, so here are some tips that you can write down. My number one is figure out a system for you to organize yourself. On the team call shout out earlier, I said that I have a notebook for every single thing. So I have a notebook for team calls, for Legacy Elite team calls. I have a notebook for my success partners. I have a notebook for the diamond calls. I have a notebook for my coach check-ins. I have a notebook for my challenger check-ins. And it's nothing fancy. It is a Dollar Tree notebook. I just bought a whole bunch. They look cute like this, really cute designs, and I label it. This one says diamond call. So this is where all my diamond call notes go in here. So this is how I organize myself. You may have another type of system that works for you, but you just have to figure out what works for your brain and how you want to organize yourself. A lot of people are digital. When it comes to connecting with people, I like to write stuff down, pen to paper, because it sticks in my brain easier. So figure out what works for you and organize yourself. A lot of coaches right now have the push journal. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't done mine. I haven't started it. I'm going to start it tonight. I keep telling myself, but no, I'm going to do it. And Shalene she said something that woke me up yesterday. I think it was yesterday on her Snapchat. She's like, Shalene Johnson is the creator of the Smart Life Push Journal. She says people expect to be perfect on everything, but in reality, no one's perfect. So you just have to roll with the punches and do what you have to do. And if you skip a day, oh wow, jump on the next day. So she gave an example that, because she has it laid out where it's like day one, like this is day one tracker, and the next day is day two. And then you date it on top. So she said, if this is Monday and say Tuesday you had a crappy day and you forgot to write in your push journal, oh well, day two is going to say Wednesday. It doesn't matter. It's 30 days. And if you have to skip days, you skip days. And I'm like, why am I trying to make myself feel like I have to be perfect at this when I don't have to be perfect at this? I just have to do it. So had another aha wake-up call yesterday from Miss Shalene Johnson from her Snapchat. So number two is basics. So understand the basics. What are the vital behaviors of Beachbody? You know the vital behaviors. Product of the product, inviting, personal development, and recognition. So those are the basics for being a Beachbody coach. Are you doing your basics every single day? And if not, are you like beating yourself down because you missed one of the basics vital behaviors a day? Or are you just going to the next day and just like, okay, I'm going to be better today? So reality check, do the basics, but also don't beat yourself down on them if you're not perfect. Just like Shalene preached to me yesterday about the Smart Life Push Journal, that you don't have to be perfect to be productive, but still know what your basics are. Is that your BAT? Is that your Power of Threes? Is that your Teamsy? There's so many third-party tools that are available to us and tools that Beachbody gives us that we can use. So just try stuff out, because you're going to find that stuff isn't going to work for you, and be okay with that. But at least you tried it out, and you're figuring out what works for you. Just like me, I'm going to try this Smart Life Push Journal out. I'm going to see if it works for me, if I'm going to make it work. Number 3, what is your priority? So I touched about a little bit on this earlier about that Success Club trip being my priority. Like that was my pusher for the year, because that encompassed me helping a certain number of people get started with challenge packs in my groups. So figure out what your push goal is right now. What's your priority? And Shalene talks about like it being the priority statement. What is your goal right now? What do you want? And it doesn't have to be like somebody else's. It can be it just has to be for you. It has to drive you from the inside to go for it. So figure out what that priority is and just constantly see it. So let me share this with you. When I had that Success Club trip goal planned out, guess my goal was written with a whiteboard erase marker on my bathroom mirror. It said, Walt Disney World trip, Success Club 5 every month, 3 people helped every month. Like that, and I saw it every single day. I saw my goal every single day because it reminded me daily. Every time I woke up, every time I went to the restroom, every time I washed my hands, every time I did my makeup, I was looking at that goal, and it was like tunnel vision. So if you have like this goal that you want to reach by the end of the year, or even like a monthly goal, you need to remind yourself every single day. So have it written down somewhere, like your bathroom mirror, that you can see it every single day, multiple times a day. Implementation. This is the hard part. This is like planning it out and like figuring stuff out is easy compared to implementation, because implementation, a lot of people try to skip over this step when this is like the most important step, FYI, because if you don't do the work, you're not going to get the results. So you have to show up, and I'm going to go a little bit more deeper on what showing up means to me. And I think it's self-explanatory. Show up, implement, do the work, send the invites out, talk to your challengers, make those relationships stronger, build the connections, build your presence, build yourself, implement, do the personal development. But not only do it, but also make it work and actionable in your everyday life. Like eat, be, and what's the other word, the other acronym? Just live it. So with my personal development, we hardly listen to the radio in the car anymore. It's always my phone plugged in with the auxiliary cord onto the speakers in the car, and I have either my Audible book playing, the National Wake Up Call playing, whatever kind of training I'm doing at the moment playing, and my boys and my husband just have to deal with it, you know? When I was listening to Danny Johnson nonstop, and I had her CDs in my car and they would play over and over and over again, my son Aiden, who was like 3, like 2 to 3, in between 2 and 5 years old, I was listening to Danny Johnson nonstop. He was picking up on those business terms, on how to talk, how to speak to people, how to have conversations with people. And my son is an amazing communicator right now. As a 6-year or as a 7-year-old, he's an amazing communicator. He reads in a second grade, almost third grade level. His speech is so clear. I don't know if it has to do with Danny Johnson or in personal development playing all the time when he was, before he can even talk, but I'm pretty sure that it didn't decrease that, if you know what I mean. So if you have your kids in the car with you, don't be ashamed and don't try to hide your personal development from them. Live it. Make them live it, because it's only going to make them stronger and make their belief more stronger instilled in them. Okay, so here's some quotes that fire me up all the time. I posted this one this morning. Your desire to change must be greater than your desire to stay the same. So I wanted to leave that career. I wanted to not be tied to long hours and have my son be in daycare all day long. I wanted to have freedom for myself, for my family. I wanted to, and I still want this, and I'm working toward this, financial freedom, to be debt-free, to not have to stress about bills and everyday expenses. So know what your desires are and make sure they're strong enough to change than to be the same. Make goals, make plans, get to work, stick to it, reach your goals. Know that you are strong and fall in love with taking care of yourself in this process of being a coach, and impacting others. The more you work on you, the stronger you are going to impact other people, and know that and believe that, because wherever you are right now at this point and stage in your life and in your coaching journey, you are way further along than somebody else that's barely starting out. Than somebody else that's never ever listened to personal development before, than somebody else that's never heard positive words spoke into them, than somebody else that's never had belief instilled to them. So just never compare yourself to another coach, because we're all on this journey independently, but also know that where you are at right now can strongly impact somebody else out there. There's trillions upon trillions of people in this world that you can impact. And know that this process is going to be ups and downs, and you're going to feel crazy, and you're going to want to give up, and you are going to give up some points, and you're going to drop off the face of the earth. But know that the comebacks are always sweet. And Salisa posted this meme, I think a few weeks ago in our Diamond group. And I was like, yeah, I'm gangster internally, not externally, but I'm my gangster heart and Snoop Dogg and stuff. Spoke to me. So this always makes me laugh. This always makes me feel hardcore. And so I told my friend Nikki, I'm going to print this out and post it on my bathroom mirror, so it could remind me every day that no matter what I'm struggling with and no matter how down I feel, the next day I'm coming back stronger. And I'm gangster, and nothing can stop me. So when I see this is it makes me laugh and makes me feel good inside. Okay. Show up. You need to show up. If you're not showing up consistently, people aren't going to trust you. If you're not showing up consistently for yourself, then you're not going to see progress. So first and foremost, show up for yourself. Share about it on social media. So that means show up in your fitness journey. Make sure your goals for your own health and fitness journey are very clear to yourself. Have them written out. Declare them to your challenge groups. Declare them on your page, to your social media. Don't be afraid of declaring a vision to other people. When you declare that vision and what you believe in and what you want, then it's going to instill more belief in you. It's going to build that belief in you. Plus, it's also going to hold you accountable. And if you want to be held accountable, then you got to show up. So show up, share about it, because when you show up, it's going to impact others in such a high, powerful way. Okay, so know, like, and trust. Give me a second. Here's some social media tips from me to you. Know, like, and trust on your social media. So people need to know you. People need to know what you're about, how you talk, what you like, what colors you like, if you're girly, if you're not, how you like to dress. And don't be afraid to be yourself. social media is about being yourself and being who you are, and just sharing what you are made of, physically, emotionally, mentally, your past, your present, your future. So this is like your blog. Social media can be used as a powerful tool. It's a blog. I like to think of it as my blog. My Facebook pages are my blogs. I don't have time to do a website or anything like that right now. Maybe in the future I will. But right now it's not my priority. I'm using Facebook and Instagram as my own personal blogs. I am sharing my heart on there. I'm sharing exactly what's on my mind at that moment. I'm not afraid to share about it. And if people don't like it, oh wow, they can get over themselves and they can delete me as a friend, or they can get off my page. I don't care. I'm not here to cater to anybody, to everybody. I'm here to cater to a select few, and I'm speaking to a select few. So don't feel like you have to be like this inspiring fitness model that does it all and is perfect in every single way. No, like that's not what social media is about. Social media is about inspiring people who are just like you, inspiring people who think like you, inspiring people who have struggled like you have. But if you're not sharing that, if you're not sharing your struggles and sharing your journey and sharing what you have overcome and how you are overcoming it and what your plan is on how to overcome it, then it's not going to work. It's not going to attract the right type of people. So if you want to find your tribe, share what you know, or share so people get to know you. Share so people will like you, and not everybody's going to like you. Your tribe is going to like you. The people that are meant to be, you are meant to help, are going to like you. And share so people can trust you. So know, like, and trust. Life is going to get ugly. You're going to want to quit. I said it before. I wanted to quit so many times, and I know I'm going to feel like that in the future. It's just something that you have to instill in yourself, that there's going to be hard times as a coach. There's going to be hard times in your fitness journey. You're going to go up and down like crazy. And I didn't post the other one. Okay. Let me pull it up. I think I pulled it up. It's right here. Nah. You can see it, right? The success, what people think success looks like, is like a straight and arrow path. Not if you can see it. Okay, good. But then this is what success really looks like. It's like all windy and twisty and turny and up and down and all around, and stuff happens, life happens, pregnancy happens, people that we love leave us, and deaths happen, stuff in our own personal lives happen. I don't know if you know this about me, but I dealt with a miscarriage plus a health scare in 2014. And like, I get asked, like, how do you overcome such a traumatic experience like that, where it's like cancer, like scare, and the constant testing, and, just that fear, that constant fear just being triggered inside of me. Like, people ask me, like, how did you get over that? I'm like, I'm still not over it, for one, but because of all the personal development, because of my belief in health and fitness, and empowering myself internally to shine externally, that is what has gotten me through this and not allowed me to quit. The community, Legacy Elite, the Empire, my success partners, my wellness team, all the challengers that I've brought on, like, if it wasn't for them and the tight knit that we have here, it's easy to quit. And the reason why people quit is because they allow shiny objects, a shiny object syndrome, to overtake them, and for other people's spoken words to impact them. So know that success is not, there's no right path to success. It's going to be windy and twisty and turny and ugly and beautiful at the same time. But if you truly, truly wholeheartedly believe in what this company and what this team stands for, and what you stand for as a person, as a coach, and you believe in what your future holds, then by golly, you're going to see it through. And the last point I want to make before we end this call, before I take some questions, is the secret to being successful and seeing success is not quitting. That's the bottom line. The successful coaches that you see aren't like, they've dealt with trauma, they've dealt with ups and downs, but they're still here. They're still kicking. They're still paying their $16 a month business fees and still getting Shakeology and still drinking Shakeology and still doing their programs and still sharing about it despite like whatever fiascos happen in their lives. So stick with it. Don't let shiny object syndrome get to you, because everybody starts from the ground zero and it's up to you to build it up and to make it last and to make yourself last. So how do you do it all? I don't know. You just have to figure it out for yourself and make it work for you. Like, it's not going to be perfect and it's not going to be pretty, but we make the best of it. At least I do. That's my best advice, is make the best of what you have right now and just keep going for it, because you're going to figure it out. Everybody figures it out when you stick through it. Okay. So if anybody has any questions, I am all ears. We're all ears. Come on. Bring on the questions. Anybody? No? Okay, guys. Well, thank you for joining on and have a great Wednesday. Go for Success Club. Go for it. Help those people. It takes 3 people to hit Success Club. Be a life changer. Share your story, share what you're about, and go out there and do the work and inspire people that need to be inspired. Okay? Have a great one. Bye.